Isn't it interesting that you say this is dead? Peter Bone, on the completely opposite side of the Brexit argument, says it's dead. Why is Theresa May in this position? If you're both right and you say she's got no viable alternative, how did it come to this?
Well, I think she's got a fundamental problem that she campaigned for Remain in a very articulate speech, every word of which I agreed with, and then she changed her mind. And I think from that moment on, her credibility, frankly, was pretty low.
Do you think she did change her mind?
Well, she can't believe what she's saying now and believe what she said before during the referendum campaign.
Well, when she's asked,
when
she's asked directly about whether she believes in Remain or leaving, she talks about carrying out the will of the British people. The way she tells it's about being a stateswoman.
Well, you can put it whichever way you like, but the fact is that is it being statesmanlike to say one thing, lose the argument, and then say something else? I don't believe that is statesmanship. It's perfectly fair for somebody to say, I'm Prime Minister, I campaign to leave, and so I'm being consistent. It is not consistent, in my view, to campaign to Remain and then to change your mind because of the vote for something which you patently don't agree with. David Cameron answered that question. He left the field. To me, that was a tragedy, but that was the position of the Remainers if they felt strongly, and I could respect that.
I wonder then if you're on the side of the Brexiteers again in that regard, that perhaps someone committed to Brexit who feels it in their heart, if they'd been Prime Minister all this time, perhaps the United Kingdom would be in a better position.
Well, we'd be in a much worse position if that means getting closer to Brexit. Brexit is, to me, a constitutional, political and economic disaster.
No, I know, but what if it was a better Brexit? Or is there no such thing?
But what is? How do you have a better position where Britain is in a subservient role to the continent in which we have played a dominant role for 1,000 years? How do you explain to your children, look, we are now going to accept that there will be rules made by the Europeans without talking to us, and we have no choice but to accept them? How do you explain that?
When you hear the former Brexit Minister, Steve Baker, talking about up to 80 Conservative MPs being prepared to vote against the plan, but it's not a plot against the Prime Minister, does that stack up to you?
No, that's ridiculous. It will have the effect of bringing down the Prime Minister. Now, they may want that. They may think that's a good thing. But to pretend that you can vote against Brexit, about the Chequers Agreement, and then expect Theresa May to go and have a third version of what she believes in is not credible.